Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. It looks like Karl Jobst' Discord got him into hot water now. You know, guys, when you and I sit here and comment on these things, we're just having fun. We're just lay people, right? We don't know anything. We're not lawyers, right? This is entertainment. We're just shooting the breeze here. It's very different when lawyers start commenting on your stuff. One thing, that I've said, from looking at these Discord postings is that I think that there's more people on that Discord that hate Billy Mitchell than love Karl Jobst, right? They're not looking for his best interest at heart sometimes because they're so focused on defeating Billy Mitchell, just like Karl Jobst is. It's like an echo chamber in there. And it looks like now they wrote a check that Karl is not going to be able to cash. He's just not, guys. This is not smart. It's not smart for people to goat lawyers into looking into your business. It's not a great idea. I don't think you have to be a law expert to to deduce that one, right? But Luss is a lawyer. I think he's a patent lawyer or immigration lawyer. I'm not sure, but he is a lawyer right here in the U.S. that has been covering not only this, but other stuff, right? But it looks like they've goaded him into looking at Karl Jobst' GoFundMe, which is not a great idea, let me tell you. You don't want lawyers giving opinions on your situation, especially when you're struggling. Karl Jobst needs donations to survive this. He needs the public support. He needs all the support he can get because what is he, like $1 million plus Australian owing Billy Mitchell so far? Hopefully they're negotiating that, right? But that's the mother's milk of this case for him. This is how he's been able to navigate these rough waters, if you will. And now you have people that donated to him feeling misled, right? Because they don't feel that he was as clear as he should have been. I don't know exactly how people feel, but I'm just paraphrasing here. Some of the things people have said. Even his own friends, Mudahar. Mudahar didn't know that this case was about Apollo Legend, right? I mean, that should tell you everything. If your best buddy that you're cracking skulls on the internet with, right? Poor Gerard, doesn't know what the hell you're being sued for. Maybe you got a communication problem when it comes to this. Now, whether it's purpose or on purpose, I don't know. But let's hear what an actual lawyer has to say about that. That would be more interesting, right, than me yapping. So let's just listen real quick here to what Luz said.
100,000, right? And Billy Mitchell had only spent less than 100,000 for his Queen's counsel, which I think was a better attorney pick, my bias only. So when we talk about what is happening here, we have to talk about the GoFundMe. And even if you're right and you're racist and you're God, you misled people, Karl. How can I prove that you misled people? Just check your Twitter, check your comment section on your own videos.
All right, guys, I'm going to stop it there because that is a really strong comment. Not only is he saying that he misled people, he's saying, how can I prove it? Jeez. He's taking the extra step. And because of whatever they did to him or whatever they said to him, he's saying that he's going to go deep into this, right? He's going to be meticulous. He's going to break it down. That's not a great idea because, anybody can follow his footsteps. I'm sure that he's going to make, whatever legal arguments he's familiar with, and some of those might be shared in the courts. I don't know where GoFundMe is, where people are going to protest. Are they going to do it here in the U.S. or is it going to be on Australia? I don't know. Again, I'm not a lawyer. Our views, your views, my views don't count. We're not lawyers. We're not legal experts, right? We're just here having fun, having a little bit of entertainment, looking at all this, going ons between, Karl and Billy Mitchell. But this certainly takes it into another place, right? When you have an actual lawyer, when you got him pissed off, when you have him going into your GoFundMe and explicitly saying that you misled people, right? He didn't mince words. I'm not playing any more of that. You guys can go watch his video. I'll link it down below. But he's not only saying that he misled people. He's saying this is how I can prove it, or something to that effect. Jesus Christ, that's not good. That is not good. Because now the people that were, squawking about this whole issue with the GoFundMe and how they felt misled, and even himself saying that he wasn't as clear as should have been, whatever, right? That's one thing, his opinion. And you know what? Just to be clear, Karl Jobst' opinions on the law mean absolute jack shit. Just the same as yours or mine. His is worse because he went to trial, he went to court with those opinions, telling everybody how he was going to win, he was going to do this and that and the other, break Billy Mitchell in half. There was going to be chunks of Billy Mitchell all over the internet. It was going to get done. He wasn't going to be a good winner. There was going to be hundreds of videos rubbing it in, all this stuff. And look where he's at now. His legal opinions don't mean anything. Everything that he said about Billy Mitchell, not knowing Australian law and being clueless, that all applies to him. Right? You out there listening to me, you probably know more about the law than Karl Jobst because you didn't lose $1 million. Right? This guy's starting off at negative 1 million in his opinions. So if there's somebody who should not be considered a legal expert in any way, it would be one Karl Jobst. Based on results. Right? And when you have a lawyer that's been pissed off to this extent, that made this claim, not only that, saying that he can prove it, you're in a world of hurt, my friend. You're in a world of hurt because somebody's going to take this information and just run with it. Whether it's Gerard, whether it's people trying to complain to GoFundMe, people, whatever. It doesn't matter who. You have somebody that knows the law, breaking it down step by step, right? And the biggest claim here is that he's saying that Karl Jobst saying that he was facing multiple lawsuits by Billy Mitchell, and there's no proof of the second lawsuit, right? There needs to be at least two, because I think that's what was claimed on the GoFundMe. But they can't find the second one. Now, Billy Mitchell's son contacted him saying, we only filed one. So that wasn't true. So when Billy Mitchell was saying, in those YouTube videos that Karl was lying in order to raise money, was he really lying? Not according to this lawyer, right? Not according to him, because there wasn't any multiple lawsuits. It was just one. And he was claiming, defending multiple lawsuits in order to raise money. We'll see. We'll see. It's interesting. We keep milking the cow, right? We keep milking the Karl Jobst cow, right? But this is not good. And we're still waiting for that response video. And I'm telling you, I hope this guy is cutting a deal with Billy Mitchell, because this is only going to get worse. If he keeps that attitude, and if these people keep talking and keep pissing actual legal experts off out there, it's not going to go well for Karl. He should just shut the server down, man. Stay quiet like his lawyers told him, and just call it a day. Go do something else, because this, guys, this is not good. You might think that Luss is not a good lawyer. You might think that you don't like his channel, and that's all fair and good. Everybody has different preferences. But the fact is that he is a lawyer, right? He knows how to read this stuff. He's made a living. He's retired, right? If it comes to a legal opinion from Karl Jobst or a lawyer that's retired, right? Because he made enough money, I'd go with a lawyer, right? I'd go with a lawyer. And if he's telling you there's something wrong, you should probably listen. If a mechanic tells you there's something wrong with your car, that something's off, don't argue with him. Check your car. But Karl Jobst knows everything. Let's remember that. He knows more than the lawyers. He knows more than the judges. And if that's the attitude he's going to keep on going with, Jesus Christ, are we going to have a lot to talk about? All right, humans, I will catch you on the next one. I'll put a link down below to the video so you guys can go check it out. Take care.